That thought you're running from right now. The one that claws at your ribs when the world sleeps. Tonight, we let it speak. You are not the only one lying here in the absolute dark, staring at a ceiling you can't even see, feeling the weight of it all. The ghost of a missed opportunity, the echo of a word you should have said, or one you wish you could take back. The cold, hard truth of a dream that feels like it's getting further away, not closer. You're trying to outrun it. You're trying to numb it with the glow of a screen, with the memory of a laugh, with the promise of a tomorrow that always seems to find you exactly where you are today. You're building walls against it, brick by tired brick, hoping to keep it out. But it's already in the room. It's in the silence between your heartbeats. It's in the shallow breath you're holding right now. So stop running. For these next few minutes, just listen. This is the part of you that knows the truth, and it's tired of being ignored. This is the ache. This is the quiet unraveling. You are so good at the performance, aren't you? The smile that says everything is fine. The confident nod in the meeting. The cheerful text message you send back. You have perfected the art of seeming okay. But here, in the raw honesty of this hour, the costume comes off. And all that's left is the real you. The one that's terrified. You feel it as a hollow space behind your sternum. A void where certainty used to be. You try to fill it with anything you can find. You scroll through the highlight reels of other people's lives, searching for a blueprint, a clue, a permission slip to feel the way you do. You compare your behind the scenes to their final cut, and you feel yourself shrinking. You consume endless content, hoping someone else's words will somehow become your own motivation. But it's just noise. It's a temporary distraction from the one voice that actually matters. The one that's been reduced to a whisper. You've started to believe your own publicity. You've started to think that because you can act like you have it all together, you actually should. So when you stumble, the shame is deafening. When you fail, it feels like a personal indictment of your entire character. You've conflated the struggle with the failure. You think the pain is the destination, so you do everything you can to avoid it. You take the easier route. You lower the goal. You make the target smaller, safer, less meaningful. Because the thought of aiming for something magnificent and missing is too devastating to entertain. You have made a comfortable home in the land of almost. You almost started that project. You almost had that difficult conversation. You almost went for that run. Almost is safe. Almost doesn't require proof. Almost lets you keep the dream alive without ever having to test it against the cold, hard rocks of reality. But almost is a slow poison. It's the gentle erosion of your own soul. It's the ghost of the person you promised yourself you would become, now forever haunting the person you settled for being. You are living a life of quiet negotiation, constantly bargaining with your own potential, asking it to please, just be a little less, so you don't have to feel the sting of not reaching it. But that whisper is getting louder. It's turning into a clear, cold truth that you can no longer silence with distractions. Here it is. No one is coming. No knight in shining armor. No billionaire benefactor who sees your hidden genius. No cosmic lottery ticket. No mentor who will swoop in and hand you the map to your destiny. The world is not waiting to discover you. The world is busy. It is indifferent. It does not care about the potential you are hoarding in the dark. It only responds to what you manifest in the light. That promotion, that business, that body, that masterpiece, it will not be delivered to your doorstep by a smiling courier. It must be clawed from the raw earth of your own effort. It must be built, brick by bloody brick, with your own two hands. Your doubt is not a cage. It is the first tremor of wings testing their strength against a shell that is no longer big enough to contain them. That fear you feel in your gut before you step onto the stage, before you hit send on the application, before you walk into the gym, that is not a warning sign to turn back. That is the exact coordinates of your growth. That is the edge of everything you have been, brushing up against everything you are about to become. The shakiness is not weakness leaving the body. It is a new, more powerful version of you trying to enter. Look at the people you admire most, the ones who seem to have a fire inside them. Do you think they were born with it? They were not. They were born with the same cold embers you have. The difference is, they chose to strike the match themselves. They understood that motivation does not precede action. Action is the kindling that creates the motivation. The first step is not taken because you feel ready. It is taken because you decide to be ready, even when every cell in your body is screaming to stay under the covers. They pushed themselves because they realized, with a terrifying and liberating clarity, that no one else would ever do it for them. Their glory was theirs alone to claim. And so is yours. So what now? The alarm is going to go off in a few hours. The sun will rise on the same world you went to sleep in. But it does not have to rise on the same you. This is the contract you sign with yourself in the dark. This is the decision that separates a life lived from a life endured. From this moment forward, you stop waiting for the feeling of certainty. You will never feel completely ready. You will never feel entirely fearless. You must become a person who can move forward despite the fear, who can build even when the blueprint is unclear. You must become your own catalyst. When the weight behind your eyelids is heavy and the bed is warm, you will remember the hollow feeling, and you will choose the temporary discomfort of rising over the permanent ache of regret. You will tie your shoes and step out into the quiet morning, and you will run your first mile alone. When the book is dense and your mind is tired, you will remember the allure of distraction, and you will choose the focused struggle of understanding over the easy fog of ignorance. You will turn off the world and you will study, alone at your desk, while others sleep. When the weight feels impossibly heavy and your muscles scream for you to stop, you will remember the shame of weakness, and you will choose the burn of one more rep over the cold disappointment of surrender. You will push it up, alone in the rack, and you will meet your own eyes in the mirror. This is not about punishment. This is not about proving your worth to anyone else. This is the deepest form of self-respect. It is the ultimate act of love for the person you are destined to become. It is you finally keeping the promises you made to yourself. It is you choosing to build your future with the raw materials of today's effort, no matter how small that effort may seem. Your future is not a destination you arrive at. It is a building you construct. And every single time you push yourself when no one is watching, when no one is cheering, when every instinct begs you to quit, you lay another brick. You pour another foundation. You are the architect, the laborer, and the eventual occupant of that magnificent structure. So build something breathtaking. The world will not push you, but it will step aside for a person who has decided to push themselves. It makes way for the determined. It applauds the resilient. It rewards those who have had this exact conversation in the dead of night and chose, unequivocally, to answer the call. That thought you were running from, it wasn't your enemy. It was your awakening. Now, go. Push yourself. No one else will.